Hello, everyone. We are continuing on with our review. We're on to SR15% calculations. And it actually says on your table of contents that there's just notes, but that's actually not true. There is a toolkit page for this as well. So we're going to go do the toolkit page, and then we'll just do a little bit in the notes. Okay, so off to the toolkit page. And this is on solving percent problems. And this is not necessarily the most efficient way to find percents. Some people are very good at knowing which way to move the decimal, and some people struggle with that. So if you struggle with figuring out how to work with percents, this is going to be beautiful for you. Okay, I find it handy for myself as well. I use it sometimes, but not all the time. Um, but it does come in really handy especially with word problems. All right. So the key to this is to write out this little thing. Blank is blank percent of blank. And that's like your skeleton. That's the framework of what you're going to do. And then you find the values and you plug them in, and I'll do that in a second. And then you move everything to this proportion where whatever number you have in this spot goes here. And whatever number you have beside the percent sign here goes here. And the of goes down here. So this is over of equals percent over 100. And the 100 is always just 100. Okay? Because what you're doing is you're setting up a proportion. Because a percent is just taking your fraction or your ratio of what you got right to the total number of questions, for example, to what does that equate to if it was out of 100. Okay, so this is just the easiest way to do it. So here are the steps. Now, this is not, you wouldn't write all of this out every time. This is just so you have a step by step what it looks like after each step, and you can see the order that things happen in, because the order matters. So the first thing is to write out this equation of blank, or the skeleton. Blank is blank percent of blank. And then you look at your question, and we're doing find 23% of 18. And I look for a percent. So is there a percent? Yeah, there's 23%. Percent is usually easy to spot. It's either like written like 23%, or it's got percent as a word, or sometimes it has what percent, or some percent, or find the percent, something like that. Okay, so if the percent is given, you put that number in beside the percent sign. So we've got 23%. If you can't find the percent, you're probably going to put your x or your whatever variable you're going to use right there. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to write the 23 in the next two lines because it's already there. Okay, so now we're on this third line, and it says, is there an obvious is or of? Well, yeah, there is, because this is of 18. So the 18 is going to go in my of line, or my of spot. So then this is going to be 18 here. And then my is just the other number, whatever other number there is, or it's an unknown. So this is going to be, I'm going to use P. So P is 23% of 18. So all I've done here is written out my find 23% of 18 just in a slightly different shape. What I need to do now is move these values into my proportion, and I need to put them in the right place. So my is value goes here. So my is value is this one. My of value is I did that in green. So my of here goes underneath. So it's is over of equals percent over 100. Okay, so I'm just going to move that. So I'm going to write P is, my of is 18, and my 23 is my percent. And then I just need to cross multiply and solve. So I get P equals 18 times 23 divided by 100. So P equals 4.14. Okay, so 4.14 is 23% of 18. Okay? Isn't that easy? Wasn't that really straightforward? The hard part here is putting it into this statement here. Okay, the calculation is easy. This is the part that's a little bit tricky. Okay, let's go over to the review package and go to the questions. Okay, so all this space up at the top here, this is just for you to write. Something is some percent of something, and then go is over of equals percent over 100. And if you think it will help you, color that in. So you're showing that that number goes there. The of number is going to go here, and the percent number is going to go here. Okay? So let's do, I'm just going to do an example. Number 1 is pretty straightforward because it's already in something is some percent of something. Number 2 is a little bit harder because it's saying what percent. So let's do our thing. Something is some percent of something. So this time it's saying what percent. So I'm going to put my P in the percent spot of 221 or 22.1. So the 22.1 goes in the of, and 7 is. So 7 goes here. Okay? And then I'm going to cross multiply and divide that. Oh, sorry, I'll put it into the proportions. So is 7, of is 22.1, and that equals P over 100. Let me finish this. P equals 7 times 100 divided by 22.1. P equals 31.67. 42, which I'm going to round to 32%. It's a percent. I can round it to a whole number. All right.